Just finished episode 6, about to watch episode 7. Really excited as always for this. I talked quite extensively about the previous episode in the post discussion, so I'm gonna go straight to watching this. Even though he didn't abandon him, he's clearly fighting demons in his mind. A date! Are they gonna go to the sea like in the ending? In the ending credits, I mean. I hope they don't come across the hunter guy on their little getaway trip. Determination. They're skipping school, yet we're in school right now. I wonder why. Oh my god. This is why we're at school, and I'm happy that we're here. The only responsible guy is gone. It's definitely... Yeah, I wouldn't call it anger. But it's probably a mix of emotions. Isn't that normal? Don't all kids force themselves to go to school? I think it's like rarely a kid enjoys going there. Hold hands. I don't know, there's something odd about this, something eerie. Perfect harmony. I don't know. It doesn't feel like a happy date. Yoshiki is just... he seems odd. And I know it's probably because of what happened with the girl, but he's not confronting it, which makes it even more eerie to me. But it's also just his attitude, right? That's just the kind of person Yoshiki is. So maybe it's fine. I'm gonna enjoy this and hope I won't regret it. Aww. Aww. Oh my god, that's so cute. Did something happen to his dad? Oh my god. I have a horrible feeling. Why does it sound like he's saying goodbye to his family? This is really scary. Like, I have horrible theories in my head, and I don't want to voice them.
杉が倒れてるところ迫力すごいっすね。飛ぶんやないですか。
喜ぶって年でもないし、息子とはほとんど喋っとらんよ。
ああ。
いろいろとな、難しくて。
兄ちゃん、その海まで続いとるんかな。そうやろ。海行きたいんか。海ってでっかよな。ヒカルとは学校帰りに行ってたな、真冬に。
He's no longer referring to Hikaru himself.
また行きたいな。ほんで泳ぎまくって。サメは簡単に捕まらんよ。
Maybe he can. Oh my god.
こうサメが食うとる間に森でグサーッと死ぬやん。海夏休みとか。
Please do.
ナイスやろ、映画やろ、いろんなこと。
Perfect date. Please end well.
おるし。もちろん。ええよ。海行こう。
I still have this concern about what's happening. I don't know, I cannot shake it off.
お邪魔します。なあ、ロンとツモってなんであんなに仲ええやろな。ロンに友達やからやろ。そうか。俺も行けばよかったかもな。
What is happening? He doesn't have a gun, right? Oh my god, no! No! I was afraid of this. I was afraid of this. I didn't want to say anything. I didn't want to be right. No, please, no. I hate this. I hate this. I hate this. You can. You only just began.
今日こうする気で
最後くらい楽しい思いさせたら死なんのやったら殺してくれ。
Oh my god. He can't live like this.
それはお願い。なんか叶えてくれっつ。どうしたらいいし、どうしよう。
Oh my god.
月のお願い。なんかせんでほしい。殺せ、殺せ。俺はきっと命の扱いが軽いんや。俺にとっての当たり前は多分怖い。きっとそれがあかん。
What is he doing?
何しとん。
待っとって。
Is he gonna rip his own heart out? What? Oh. Oh my god.
Yoshiki, もっとって。俺の中身の今ちぎった命の重さ。でもこれで簡単に人殺せんくらい小さなったから。
なんでそこまでして。
Because he loves you.
自分が何なのかよう知らん。すらなかったと思うね。居場所がないって考え。最初はさ、殺せばええって思っとった。殺したなくて。
分かった。よろしくな。
お前は俺を受け入れ。その時初めてここにいてええんや。ずっとそれが足りんかったんや。理由は何であれ。それがすごく。
He is learning how to be human.
それでもええに。それでも
こいつが命の。いや、あまりにも違う。それでも俺は。何度も。
Yes.
たとえ俺の
Oh,
が壊れても
I don't know if this is a good thing, but
でもなお前ここにおったら
is anyone supposed to be here?
せやけどお前の望みがここにおる調べようお前が一体何者なんか
Would that help? It might make things work worse somehow. They're mixing. I don't think that in the end they were actually mixing. I think it was more of just visual representation, like a metaphor for them getting closer, I guess, or accepting each other and possibly mixing in different ways in the future. I don't know if you can mix like physically with that creature without it consuming you and killing you. I think in the episode 5 in the classroom, Hikaru described it as touching Yoshiki back as if it's like a way to give pleasure or get pleasure, maybe both, and something that he thought that Yoshiki would be able to get used to. But the way that he ominously was reaching towards his brain and Yoshiki's panic made me think that if he does reach his brain, he would just consume him and he would be dead. So I don't know if there's a safe way to do it, maybe not go all the way. I don't know if they even need to do it is a good thing, if it can be for pleasure and done in a healthy way, or if it's just inherently bad and they should just never do it. I don't know, I'm not sure. Seeing that, I think that mixing is a metaphor for being gay, I guess, then maybe that is something that they need to embrace and that it can be healthy. But instead of taking something from Yoshiki, possibly his life, his mind, anything really, Hikaru was the one that gave himself to him. He gave half of his life, half of his strength, so he's less dangerous to others. And I think that is such a beautiful gesture of love. Also, it's interesting that he had that instinctual urge to kill Yoshiki because Yoshiki asked him to. He had to fulfill that request. When he previously mentioned that he would do anything that Yoshiki asked, I did not realize that it was like literally he's compelled to do it, but now I see that he is, and I think it's because of original Hikaru telling him to like look after him, to take care of him in a way, to, I guess it included just listening to him and doing what he tells him to do. And I think that that part is old Hikaru's will, but I think that this Hikaru rejecting it, refusing to do it, shows that he also doesn't want Yoshiki to die. I was wondering about whether him valuing Yoshiki's life was just because of old Hikaru wishing that. Now I see that it also his own wish, and that gives me hope that they can actually work out. He actually cares about him, and he explained why Yoshiki was the first person to accept him, to acknowledge him, to make him feel like a person and like he belonged. That's definitely powerful. That leaves an imprint, and I think that that's definitely a bridge between that creature and humans. There's humanity in a way in him, that's for sure, and it's not just the memories of the body that he's in, it's his own essence. Also, I knew that something was wrong the whole episode. It was so shady, like Yoshiki was just not acting like himself. Like I tried to convince myself that it was actually how he would act, but no, that is just not human behavior. Like he was still clearly unsettled. He couldn't just quickly embrace everything that happened and accept it. There was no resolution to it. He just suddenly switched. That made no sense to me. And they skipped his thoughts on it. They had a little bit, and they're all negative. Like if there was something that made him realize that he's gonna forgive Hikaru and embrace it all, then there would be some sort of pattern leading to it, but there wasn't. There was no gradual progression leading up to acceptance. Therefore, I knew deep down that he was still not accepting him, but I thought that he was still struggling mentally, but he was trying to maybe see some humanity in Hikaru by treating him like human and spending more time with him, getting to know this new Hikaru better or something like that, just observing him and trying to reconcile his conflicting feelings on the inside. That was me being in denial. That was me wishing desperately for everything to be good, but deep down I knew that something was terribly off. And when he was talking on the phone with his mother, I instantly realized that he was saying goodbye, and the first thought I had was that he wanted to kill Hikaru and then himself. I was having suspicions about him wanting to kill Hikaru before that, but when he was saying, like, in a way a goodbye, I was like, oh my god, he wants to go with him. But yeah, I had that sneaking suspicion that he wanted to kill him so he wouldn't harm anyone. But now I realize he also wanted to die because he just couldn't live with him harming people, and he couldn't kill him, he couldn't stop him. But Hikaru thankfully found a different way to deal with the situation. It's probably for the best for them to find out more about that creature, but again, I'm worried that maybe they're gonna reveal something about its nature that's only gonna create more conflict. I'm also worried that if they dig deeper into it, they're somehow gonna come across that organization and the hunter, and then I don't know, can that hunter kill Hikaru? I feel like he can. I feel like just a regular knife to the chest won't do it, but there might be another way. That special sword he has, what if he like chops him into pieces and separates them? Would that be enough? I don't know. I'm really worried for him because it does seem like he's learning, he's trying, he wants to be better, at least for Yoshiki's sake, but I think it's also for his own sake too. I think he wants to assimilate, he wants to integrate into society, he wants to live a proper human life. I really wanted to work out, but I feel like this is not a happy story. Man, I feel kind of bummed that that date that they had, I couldn't fully enjoy it and I wasn't happy. There was something sour in it the whole time, and of course it was revealed what it was. Everything they were doing was so sweet, but Yoshiki was just like a dark cloud the whole time, clearly like lost in his mind, preparing to do the unforgivable. I'm so glad that that didn't kill Hikaru. That would have been awful. Also, did Yoshiki destroy that part of Hikaru that Hikaru gave him? He squeezed it in his hand and there was blood, but was it his blood or did he crush that thing and it bled? When he separated and gave it to him, I wondered immediately if that's gonna be important later on, in a way that maybe he's gonna keep it, and then if something happens to the part of Hikaru that's still inside the body, maybe the hunter attacks him, kills him or something like that, maybe Yoshiki can use that part he still has to resurrect him or something like that. I'm also worried the consequences of this are not going to be positive in this way, but they're going to be negative in a way that because Hikaru is weaker now, he is not going to be able to defend himself or Yoshiki or somebody else potentially. The hunter might kill him because he can't defend himself, then also some sort of spirit might kill Yoshiki or somebody else. There was this weird creature under the lamppost, so I wonder if it's gonna attack and Hikaru would not be able to oppose it because he's much weaker now. I'm really worried. But yeah, bittersweet episode. Really enjoyed it. And I hope you enjoyed this reaction. If you did, as always, like and subscribe if you haven't already. Leave a comment. Tell me if you could sense that something horrible was about to happen in this episode. I feel like they did really good job with it. It was subtle, but it was definitely there. Thank you for watching. But for now, bye.